What is up, everyone? It is Luke McGuire here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. You can see my screen. I'll chuck my webcam on for a second here with you guys as well. What is up, Charlie? What is up, friend? What is up, guys? Good to see you all. Brian, what's up? Good to see you all here today. Now, today's going to be a lot of fun. Let me actually go ahead and pull up my Teachable. One second, Teachable account. And the past couple of weeks has been absolutely crazy with the whole Instagram thing that we've been doing here. Let me know if this is the first time you've met me. You've just jumped, you've been a part of one of these loop competitions, and now you have jumped into the course, one that I gave away for free, and now you're here today. Put a 1 in the box if that is you. Number 2 in the box if you have worked with me before. So got some 2s here. Let me know. I just need to know how to actually present this to you guys, depending on if you're brand new or if you are a previous customer, or if you've worked with me before, and from there we will go. I'll pull this out here. Cool. Lots of 2s here, lots of 2s, some 1s as well. So the idea of this course essentially was to create this for obviously my current customers that have worked with me for a very long time, and just to give this away for free as well to all the brand new people that have jumped onto my Instagram account. So let me show you this here. Where are we? Here we are here. I'm just going to put this on here for you guys. One sec. So here is the course you guys all should have got. Put number 5 in the box if you've gone through the whole thing, because about 2 weeks ago, my Instagram account was around, I think it was around 12,000 followers in the first video. We're up to 72,000 followers here today. That's very, very, very quick growth, right? So the whole reason I decided to do this on my own account was essentially because I haven't really cared about growing my own personal account in the past. I've just wanted to keep a personal account kind of personal, but obviously being in the internet marketing world and having a lot of Instagram products, I thought that I've created and softwares I've created to help automate a lot of things, I thought I may as well go ahead and grow mine and use it as another way to connect with you guys, and another method essentially to show you how fast you can grow Instagram accounts, and then more importantly, provide value and monetize as a whole. So who here has enjoyed this course so far? Because this is without a doubt one of the easiest, fastest ways to dominate Instagram in 2020, right? So let me know if this is something that you guys are wanting to do as well. Obviously, I'm sure it is for everyone here. So essentially, what I'll do quickly here is do a quick overview of everything that I've done. We've done 2, they're called loop giveaways. So let me show you how this works here real quick. So I'll turn my webcam off so you guys can see this better. 1 second, I'll make this a bit smaller, so which hopefully makes it a bit easier for you guys to see. 1 second. All right. So the way loop competition works is you work with celebrities or influencers, and what they then do is you then can actually work with them. And I'll show you actually how you can work with them and the upcoming giveaways that are going to be happening if you want to be a part of them here today. But essentially what happens is about 30, actually I'll put this in the next point. So 30 to 70 people will invest a small amount of money, and by small this will vary depending on influencer to influencer, but say for example, let me calculate up here, say the promotion costs $1,000 to do. Right now $1,000 is probably the middle type influencer here that might have a couple of million followers, right? So $1,000 is all it's going to take for you to have your account followed by tens of thousands, and in some cases hundreds of thousands of followers as well, right? So but there are cheaper ones. There's ones for like $200. There's ones that are up to $5 grand, 10 grand for some of them as well, right? But I'll tell you in complete transparency here, Floyd Mayweather cost me $3,000, and Roddy Ricch, I think it was $2,500, which isn't bad for having that ability to connect with not only the greatest boxer of all time, and also the #1 artist in America right now as well, right? So to work with them for that, this is how you need to think of this. So let's go over here and I'll show you Floyd. Let's see how many millions of followers he has, right? 23 million people. Now think about how you can get your brand in front of 23 million people, right? Now, essentially, well, it's not going to be the whole 23 million people that are going to see that post, but millions of people will. So what happens is 30 to 70 people will invest a small amount of money. So say it's $1,000 and times that by 70, that's $70,000, right? That's 70K total. So instead of what brands are previously doing with influencer marketing, people would pay, I don't know, say Kylie Jenner, maybe it might be 100K a post, maybe even, it could be even more than that now for her to do a post for you, right? Next, it's going to be, and that's pretty unrealistic for a lot of people to be able to just put 100 grand into a influencer and then hope their followers will then go follow and then even buy a product, right? So that's how it would work previously, right? But there's no surefire way of what results you're going to get, because it really depends on the audience that you are then contacting and if they're even interested in what you have to offer, if your business model is set up right, all that type of stuff, right? So next, this is why this is such a low investment, low risk to high result ratio, right? So 70K total. That's going to mean that 70K will then pay for the influencer's post. And the way these loop competitions work is an influencer will then give away some cash or a prize or something to their audience. So when an influencer then gives away free stuff to their audience, they're happy to do that because they're not paying for it, first of all. Second of all, it's giving them value. So why wouldn't they want to give away $10,000 or whatever it might be to their audience, right? So it's a cheaper deal with the influencer. And secondly, it gives value to that audience, right? So what they then do is they'll then do a giveaway to their audience. And I'll show you some examples that are happening in the market right now, right? So from there, what will happen is, wait 1 second, I'm going to have a sip of water. So from there, what happens is that for sometimes it can be 2 days, 2 days to 5 days usually, but it's normally around average 3 days. They will run this type of promotion, and then what they'll do is they might say one post, which is a page post, and then they might do 3 stories with that as well. So let's go over back to my account here. Go next. So you can see here, Floyd did one giving away a Rolex, Roddy Ricch gave away 20 grand, and again, these influencers don't need to give away the watch, they don't need to give away the cash because we are paying for it, not them, right? So 1 second here. There we go. I'm just going to get this up for you guys as well here, because I'm actually doing a promotion right now because I wanted to share this with you guys live on today's webinar, right? Okay, here we go. So from there, what happens is that the influencer will say, either follow everyone I am following and tag 3 friends, for example. And then what the influencer will do, so Roddy Ricch, what he did, he unfollowed everyone he was personally following. He then goes ahead and follows the 30 to 70 people that have invested the money for that promotion. And then he'll say, tag 3 friends in this post, because obviously the influencer wants to grow their social media account. So of course they're gonna, that's another benefit for them, because people are gonna tag in there to give away, because they wanna win the cash. And then their brand gets exposed more to other people. And then next, they'll then say, follow everyone I'm following. Now, sometimes they won't actually unfollow everyone on their account. And they'll say, I'll say here, or go ahead and follow everyone that X page is following. So, and the X page could be it could be Luke's giveaways or something like that. Now, what I mean by that is you don't need to go out to these influencers and speak to them yourself. You don't need to try to strike these deals and then get 30, 70 people to put in all that money for it to then work, right? There's people out there, a handful of people that I know personally, that they made this their full-time business. They're connected with people in the industry. They know how to work with their management team, strike these deals, do the contracts, all that type of stuff. All you need to do is just be able to access the ability to be one of those 30 to 70 people. And because you know me, I'm going to give you that access. I'm going to show you how you do that here today. So moving on from there, after that, what they will do is they'll run the promotion. The promotion will go for those 3 days usually, go on. And what happens is then you get a massive amount of new followers coming to you, right? Massive amount of new followers that are coming to you. Now, because the problem with this is, because I always like to identify the problems, because with every business, there's going to be a positive, there's going to be a negative, right? So, with that being said, people are essentially just going to be following you purely because they want to win the prize. So people are only going to follow you purely because they want to win the prize. So a lot of you, if you're brand new to this and you've actually jumped into this course because you've followed me because you wanted to win one of these prizes or something like that, right? The only reason you followed me was purely because you wanted to win the prize. You probably didn't even click on my profile. So I'll show you a promotion I'm doing right now with a guy. Actually, before I do that, this is another point you need to take away here as well, is choosing the influencer, right? Choosing the influencer. You want to be working and looking at influencers that have an audience that you think would match your business offering, right? So for me, I know a lot of people that follow Floyd Mayweather, that would follow Roddy Ricch, want to have a higher level lifestyle. They're into the grind, they're into entrepreneurship, they're into making money, they like that glitzy, glamoury lifestyle, right? They want that in their life. So I thought, you know what, perfect type of audience for me to go after, right? On the flip side, if I was selling women's bikinis, maybe it's not the best type of audience for me to go for if that's what I'm trying to do, because it could be, the majority of them could be men, all right? And men would probably have not much of an idea of how to buy a bikini and why they would even want to, right? Unless they have a partner, and you know, it's not the best match, right? So that's what you need to look at when you're choosing an influencer to work with. Now, I have just done another competition because I wanted to share this with you guys here live today with a guy called Faze Rug. So let me show you Faze Rug. So for those of you that don't know Faze Rug, He is the founder of or one of the founders of the Faze Clan. So the Faze Clan is one of the world's biggest esport companies. So one of the biggest companies that one of the biggest clans, I guess you could call them. So Faze Clan, massive, 8.1 million followers. He personally has 4.2 million followers. He shows off this lifestyle, right? It's new, like, back, I remember when I was in school, people would get bullied for playing video games. Now with people making so much money and going crazy, and these giant tournaments where people get the prize money for the tournaments are huge for playing video games, right? It's become a pretty cool, trendy thing to be a part of. So you can see here, here's the competition that he is running. 346,000 people have watched this video, 20,000 people have commented. So you can see here a perfect example of how this works. So it says go to this Instagram account here, follow everyone that they are following. You can see little things here like ways to convert, right? So it takes less than 30 seconds to follow all the accounts, right? But in saying that as well, that also means that most of these people haven't actually gone ahead and even looked at my profile. So I'm going to open this up here. So for this competition, 66 following. You see I'm in here somewhere. Here I am here. And you can see all these different people that are here from, let's see who's here. Dan Brazilian's doing it. Not sure what Lyrical is. Let's see the different brands that are working. There's a deal, Lucky Shots. Let's just see what these three different people are. Hip Hop Entertainment fan page, I guess. Slot Player. Tech Investor, I guess that's just trying to build his own personal brand here. Again, kind of that lifestyle. You can see he's chosen to work with Faze because here he has similar pictures to what Faze Rug is running here, right? So he's done this here, and I'm sure he's got some stories posted now with the giveaway. Let me see. See. So I don't know if you probably can't hear that, but he's just going on how to enter it and whatnot. Now, let me go ahead and I'll pull up my phone and show you how this works, how this is working live on my phone. So I'm just going to mirror this to my iMac here. Give me a second, guys. So let me go ahead and 1 second. Here we go, hold on. Okay, so so essentially what people would do here is click on this, go to this account of everyone that wanted to enter, and they would just click on this and then just go follow, and just follow everyone, right? They're not coming to your profile yet, or at least the majority aren't. Some people will, but the majority of them aren't coming to your account, which gives another problem, right? So the other problem is people are not even looking at your page yet, right? Which then means you need to ensure your first post is very engaging and is providing massive value to your audience, right? So that's why I did this free course giveaway. For those of you that are brand new on here, you've never met me before, you've jumped into this from my actual Instagram account. 1 second. Here we go. Here. You can click on this here, and you can see, look at this. I did this post the other day, 1,223 likes, 656 comments. Now, on this course, on this actual post, you can go through it yourself after this if you like, but essentially I say I've given away a bunch of cash this year, which I have throughout these competitions. And again, you can do the same because you're a part of these competitions as well. And you can say you work with these guys because you have, right? You've done a promotion with them and as a collaboration, right? So you can say you've worked with them. Now, I've done a lot of value in this one. Someone says it's BS here, and then obviously people are saying it's not. So there we go. So you can see here, and what I ask people to do is enter the word course to get the actual course that I have. Now, this is where you will then provide some form of value to get people engaging, right? And if you don't know how to provide value, we'll talk about this in today's webinar. And I'm doing a webinar every single week for the next 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks, covering this, because again, this is a big value add month that I want to give to everyone here. Starting the year off right, starting the year off positive. And if a lot of you are brand new in the internet marketing world, or you don't really even know how to make an online business or what they even are, the opportunities out there are, I really want to share those with you, or at least my opinion on the top 3 ways to make money in this day and age here in 2020. So essentially, that's my plan for you guys here. So you need to make sure the first post is very engaging. So I'll get my Instagram account up here on my phone. So I'll show you how this works. I'll show you the actual engagement we got on this, right? So 1 second, Reflector here. This app is called Reflector. People always ask me what it is. I mean, it allows me to share my phone to you guys here. So you should be able to see my phone here. Let me know if you can see it, because again, I just want to make sure we're all following along. If there's any questions, you can let me know as we go through this. Let me know. Yeah, cool. So my previous post got 1,173 views, right? And that's when I had 12,000 followers of just my friends. This new one here, if I view the insights on this, we've got, I'm gonna swipe up here, 1.2 thousand likes, right? 656 comments, 16 people have sent it elsewhere. 2,000 people have come to my profile purely from this one post, and I've reached over 16,000 people with this one post, right? So again, when we're talking about the investment of working with these influencers, right? Yes, there is a small investment at first, but that investment is going to pay off for a very long time, because that's on one post I've reached 16,500 people, right? Which is huge. Now, if I do that again and again and again, I'm going to keep on reaching so many people, and hopefully as many of you that are brand new here will see that I continue to provide value. I hope I can motivate you guys and give you a different perspective on this whole online marketing, online crazy world of things that happen, right? And essentially, hopefully transform a lot of your lives. That's my ultimate goal here as well. So that is the next thing. Now, I want to go on to the next problem. And again, I know I keep on talking about problems, but hopefully you guys do appreciate that, because with any form of trying to get traffic or any form of online business, there is going to be problems like I mentioned before. For example, if I was doing Facebook ads, if I put $3 grand into a Facebook ad and I was targeting the wrong audience, could potentially waste that, right? So at least with this way, you are 100% going to get a crazy amount of new followers. And if you pick the right influencer to work with, it goes crazy. So let me just show you what my actual feed looks like down here now. So this was before I started the webinar. If I refresh it, already 100 new followers since I started this webinar today. Look at this, refresh this, 15 seconds ago, 39 seconds ago, 43 seconds ago, 50 seconds ago, 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, right? 17 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. And so this is just straight up how this type of competitions work. If I keep on refreshing it, it's just going to keep on coming up with new people, right? And this is when the post has been done a couple of days ago already. So, see, 1 second ago, this is live as it happens, right? Put a number 7 in the box if you just say, okay, wow, this is probably one of the first webinars I've been on where I actually see real results coming in live as it happens. I can see the attentiveness score of everyone watching you right now, and it's above 83%, which is huge, right? Massive, right? So yeah, so you got lots and lots of 7s coming in here. So that's pretty cool, and you feel good, right? But the one thing I really want to push to you guys here is problem, right? Do not let the number get to your head. People get addicted to getting follower numbers, right? Fan numbers. They look at the number on their Instagram account and they think this justifies them, who they are as a person, right? Interesting story. One of my ex-partners, she was very big on Instagram, and I knew a lot. I knew a lot of her validation would come from Instagram, and it actually made me dive more into the world of Instagram and create some pretty cool softwares around Instagram. So I do have a lot to thank her for because of that. But at the same time, it did get quite frustrating for me personally at times, having to take the perfect picture. I'll put my webcam on for a second. Having to take the perfect picture at every single location we travel to, or having to retake it on the right angles and settings, and when I just wanted to enjoy the moment, right? It was almost like sometimes like influencers care more about their social media look and perspective over caring about, I guess, their personal life and just enjoying their life as it happens. They care more about how they look online to everyone else, right? And people don't like to share the shit. And fair enough, right? People don't want to see the sad things or the hard work that goes behind stuff or anything like that, right? People just want to see the crazy lifestyle, right? This guy here, for example, Faze Clan member, or anyone that's in the Faze Clan, which is again a video gaming company. All these guys are probably going to show this ridiculous lifestyle, right? So if we go Faze Rug, but he's not going to show you the hours he's put in playing video games, having to buy computers, setups, having to invest in that he doesn't show in little snippets here on Instagram, right? There's a lot of work that does go on behind the scenes, but my job is always to help you guys automate this and give you the strategies of what works now and new opportunities that come up. And that's the beautiful thing about social media and online marketing is there is always a new opportunity arising, and if you don't stay up with the trends, you will get left behind. But on the flip side, if you're brand new and you can catch a trend, you can make an absolute killing and absolutely just dominate that, right? And a quick example of this is years ago, before anyone wanted to be on Instagram, it was very similar to when Facebook took over MySpace. I would go into businesses because I couldn't get a job after I got my uni degree. I'd go into local businesses saying you need to be on Facebook because I knew how to create a Facebook fan page and a basic Facebook ad, right? Now, that's cool, right? But I go into these businesses and they would say, I don't need to be on Facebook. Facebook's for kids. Facebook's just like MySpace. I don't need to be on there, right? But the few people that did say yes, they said, yeah, let's give it a go. I can kind of see how this is cool. Or I just trust you, Luke, as a person. They absolutely dominated and they were ahead of the curve. Then Instagram, right? Facebook, and this was before Facebook acquired Instagram, created a software that would help you schedule posts to Instagram from your computer, which couldn't be done previously. I actually created it because my ex-partner, again, the same one, was constantly posting photos at prime times, and sometimes prime time could be 5 a.m. in the morning because the audience was overseas, right? Like, surely there has to be a way to schedule this, right? But again, I would go into businesses saying, look, let's get on Instagram. Let's use that. Let's see how we can monetize that and grow that. Well, again, a lot of people said, no, don't need to be on Instagram. They missed that trend as well. And then, you know, I did very well in the software development world. And for about a year, it was actually when that relationship broke up, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take some time off to myself. And I was traveling around. I didn't really work as hard as I should have. I was a bit lost in where I wanted to go in my journey. And I was still having great passive income coming in, but I started to watch it lower and lower and lower and lower. Now, again, I always say this, money is always a byproduct of value. But in my head, I was like, wow, why is it dropping off? Because my tools are still great. But it's because the trends were changing. There was new things happening, right? So it took me a long time to really figure, okay, what is it that I want to do next? Because if you know me, I only create softwares or solutions for for problems that I have in my life with my businesses. Because I know if I have a problem with doing something or I hate doing something manually, what I'll do is I'll then try to find a way to automate it, or essentially a way to automate it so I don't have to have that pain point anymore. And if I have that pain point, usually a lot of other people do as well. So yes, the moral of this story here is this is an opportunity that you can be a part of, and the beautiful thing is there's only 30 to 70 people per promotion, and in those promotions, it's a very quick way to grow very, very fast. Now, back over to here. What's going to happen is, don't let the numbers go to your head, right? Don't let these numbers go to your head. Now, I hope you will watch the video in the Teachable course about your about your bio, right? I had to change my bio. This used to be all about me. Now, I've re-edited the copy here to be all about other people. So what happens is when I do my first post, all of the new followers that I've just received are going to see that post, right? And along with any of the previous content, right? Now, a lot of this is just me and my friends hanging out, right? But I could potentially take some of these posts down. If I reposted this photo of me and Gary Vee here right now, I'll get a lot more engagement, right? Because I've got a lot more followers, right? But at the same time, you want to have your page looking pretty neat and good before you do that, right? So that's what I'm kind of working on now, is all my new content is going to be a bit more professional, a bit more not just day in the life stuff, right? But at the same time, I'm not going to lose sharing who I am as a person, because if people don't want to follow me, they don't have to, right? I hope I can provide enough value through this process here. And again, that's why I'm doing this live, because I want to show you this live as it happens, versus saying, okay, I'm an e-com expert, for example, and I'm going to show you how to do it as an example. So here's an example of dog beds, right? But I'm not going to actually show you me creating the campaigns live. I'm not going to show you me having the sales come in a week later. I'm just going to teach you, but not show you the results as it's happening, right? And I think that's a big area that I want to go into this year, is showing you the results of me doing it as it happens for me, step by step. Even if it takes a bit longer over a couple of weeks, I think people will really prefer that result-based live as it happens, seeing me do it. So why can't they? Versus just doing it, just teaching the theory of it, but not the actual strategy, right? Put me in the box if you agree with that, right? Because there's a lot of marketers out there now that I think they make more money off selling their courses than they do off the actual e-com products they sell, or the affiliate marketing training they sell, or whatever it might be, right? So don't let the number get to you, first of all. Next thing you need to realize is that not everyone who follows you is going to care about you or what you do. So as soon as you do your first post, which I recommend doing in the first couple of, like while just before the promotion ends, right? Do your first post just before the promotion ends. Because if you don't, and you do your first post after the promotion ends, you're going to have people unfollow you. A lot of people unfollow you very, very quickly, right? So you want to do, because a lot of the people, again, have just clicked follow, they haven't come to your profile yet. They'll be like, who's this random in my newsfeed, right? But if they still want to be a part of that competition, you can do your first post. And when you do that first post, they still have to follow you if they still want to be in the running for that competition before it's drawn, right? But either way, people are going to unfollow you after these promotions, but don't let that bother you, because it just means you will get unfollowed by many after, but that is fine. It doesn't matter if those people don't want to follow you. They're not, essentially, it's a good thing if someone that doesn't really care about what it is you're posting does unfollow you, because it'll mean that your content will then be shared to more people who do, right? So don't get stuck in your head about this number, right? So I'm in this promotion now, it's 72.3. I'll probably do a few posts over the next week. I might lose 5,000 followers after this Faze promotion is over, right? But that's 5,000 people that I either wasn't able to show them I can provide value to them, or two, they just don't care at all about what it is I have to offer them, right? Which I think is sad, but I think I can provide value to absolutely everyone, no matter if they're in their own business or they're about to start one or they're looking for that opportunity there. But people will unfollow you, so understand that there. Now, let me know if you have any questions up towards this point here. Any questions? Any questions? I'll turn my webcam off for a second just so you guys can have a bigger screen. No, all good. Okay, no questions just yet. That's totally fine. So, the next thing, excuse me. So what will happen is after a competition, right? What will happen as well is you will get inboxed by so many other people offering competitions, right? So many people, other people offering competitions. And these are essentially resellers, right? So what I do is I work with the people that run these competitions. So for example, in this competition with the Faze guy, the team at High Key Clout, in this example are actually, I know the owners of these guys, of this brand personally, and I'll have the cheapest deal for this promotion, right? Now, my job here isn't to just on-sell you spots in a loop giveaway competition, right? Like yes, I say for example, a promotion costs 2.5 or 2.5 grand. Yes, I could sell, I could just say, hey, it costs 3 grand, right? And I could manage that and do it all manually, and you send money to me, then I'll make 500 bucks and send it to them. Like, that's not me, that's not what I want to do. But people do that, right? And you'll get inboxed if you're a part of just one of these competitions. You get inboxed by a lot of resellers and a lot of other people doing these competitions, right? So with this competition here, I think I paid 2.5 grand. Well, I did pay 2.5 grand for this one. And I decided that this guy's audience would be related to me, because yes, I went with Floyd Mayweather and Roddy Ricch first. He has that type of audience, right? That is, again, like I said, really high. They like nice cars. They like money. They like Floyd Money Mayweather, right? And probably a lot of entrepreneurs in there, or striving to be entrepreneurs, that want to get out and do something a bit more with their lives that they're passionate about and love. But I said to myself, okay, what other competitions are out there right now? Well, Faze Rugby here, I'm a big video game player when I can, and not as much as I used to be, really, actually. But I do like to watch. Now, I watch video games a lot. If I go over onto twitch.com, so you can see twitch.com is a streaming, just one of many streaming sites where people stream video games, right? So this person has 16,000 people viewing him right now, 35,000 people watching this person here. Tifu here has got 23,000 people following him here. Now, Tifu used to be a part of the Faze Clan before there was a lot of dramas behind his exiting of that there. We're not here to talk about that. Cypher, really good player I like to watch as well, right? Let's see if there's anyone that's on Faze here. Just on Faze. Right. There we go. So here's a guy. That's in the Faze Clan. So yeah, Faze Mega, that's his name. And he has 20, how many people are watching him live right now, was it? Let me see here. He's got 445 people watching him right now, and he's just hanging out on Google, right? So that's just, that's one site there. And I thought to myself, the followers of Faze are probably going to be other gamers or game enthusiasts, or just like that lifestyle as well. These are all things that I am interested in, and I can create friendships with people that have like-minded interests, right? And I think I can create friendships with almost anyone because I can always find some form of common ground. But that is what marketing is. It's essentially creating trust and creating a relationship with someone else, building that trust, providing them value, and money will then become a byproduct of that if you do have some type of service or business to offer them, right? Now, again, if you don't, put me in the box if you don't have your own business, right? Let me know here. And George says here, how do you find out about these giveaways? That's exactly right. So that's what I want to talk about next. How do you find out which ones are coming up? Because right now it's kind of an underworld market, but no one's really created a place where you can just go to and find what competitions are coming up, which is actually what I'm going to be creating for you guys for free as well. I'm going to create a marketplace online where you can then jump in, see the different influencers doing promotions coming up, buy your spot, reserve your spot there, because right now a lot of it's done just purely through people, Instagram, different brokers on Instagram DMing you, and just knowing the right people, right? But again, because you know me, I will share the upcoming giveaways with you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not only going to post them in the actual Teachable course here, but you can DM me anytime as well, and I'll give you a list of everyone that I personally know that is doing giveaways coming up, right? But in my mind, I thought, you know, this is a pain point. This is frustrating having to bloody do this all manually. It takes time and it's just frustrating. So I'm going to create a marketplace to do this type of giveaway, right? So anyway, after the competition is over, you'll get inboxed with so many people with so many different offers, right? But it's good to really just know who it is you are working with. Don't just trust some random Instagram account. Often as well, they put the prices up throughout as there's less spots. So with the Floyd Mayweather competition, turn my webcam back on for a second. With the Floyd Mayweather competition, guys, I paid, I think it was $3.5 grand, I think it was. Yeah, it was either 3 or 3.5, maybe 3.5. But when my friends then wanted to jump into it a week later, there was only 3 spots left. The guys organizing it up the prices to 4.5 grand, right? So again, it's good to get in first, get in fast, and make sure you're working with the right people. On the flip side, with this Faze Rug one, they offered it to me. One person offered it to me for 3.5. Another person offered it to me for 2.5, right? So I've been putting a lot of work and effort into seeing who is going to be giving me the best deals. And I've kind of nailed that down to us, so I can ensure I can pass that on to you guys as well, because I want you guys to really thrive from this. But again, remember, don't just do this to grow your following of just random people. You want to have the right people there. It's just like back in the day when people used to buy fake fans and fake likes. Now all the fans you're going to get through this are real, 100% real people, right? So I really want to make that clear. But who remembers when you could buy fake fans and fake likes and fake everything, and you would look cool, but then you'd have 0 engagement on your post, right? Right, me, if you remember those days. All right. I'm just doing a question here as well. I'll get that. I'll answer your question in a second. So there was, and if you don't remember those days, back in the day, you could buy 1 million likes for your fan page on Facebook for, I don't know, $200, right? Or have like cheap, but they're all fake, right? But back then, let me just an example of. Hold on. Don't. So example, fake followers, right? Back in the day, you could buy 1 million followers. You do a post, and everyone would still see the post, right? So say 1%. So say for example, 9% of the followers were fake, 1% were real. And for those that are watching this in the replay, say this is like a 2010 example. All right, year, just to make sure people know there's a difference between what I'm saying here, but it's kind of the same outcome that I'm trying to discuss with you guys here. 1% were real. Back then, Facebook didn't limit your reach. Facebook would say, okay, everyone can see that. Or with Google SEO, right? 2010, you could spam a keyword on your page, say, I don't know, 5,000 times, and then Google would say, this page is about plastic surgery because the word plastic surgery is there 5,000 times. So we may as well, so essentially we may as well use this, rank this on page 1. That's how the old algorithms work. But now, it's not like that. If you send the word 5,000 times on your website, if you have a website, or you're going to get banned to the back page of Google because you're trying to manipulate it too much. Same with fake followers. Fake followers now, if say you had 1 million followers and you had 1% real, well, now Facebook charges you, once you actually do Facebook ads, so your posts on your fan page are seen by more people. Now, if you had 99% fake followers and you did a post, the chances of anyone real seeing that post are going to be very, very slim, because they're going to display that post to an X amount of your fans, but not everyone. And if the majority of your fans are fake, then no one's going to see it. Now, how does this relate to what we are doing with these loop giveaways, right? This is why, again, make sure the audience or the competition you are working with has like-minded people that you think you want to work with. Now, the beautiful thing with this, as well as with these competitions, when you inbox me asking what's coming up, the guys that organize them will get statistics of these actual accounts, right? So with Floyd's, I think it was 70% male people follow him. Majority were in the USA, I think they were. But that you get a bit of a breakdown, so you can really decide if it is for you or not, right? Now there's one coming up with the real Tarzan. All right, 6 million followers. He's like a kind of a Steve Irwin type guy, right? Maybe, see, for me, I'm not sure if that would be the best one for me. There's one coming up with that bad baby. That shit does on Dr. Phil. 17.3 million followers, right? Probably not going to be my audience either. So, but what they also sometimes do as well is they'll get 10 different influencers to join together, and that's what I think is happening in this one. Actually, let me just show you one of these ones that's coming up now, right? So I'm just going to get it up here, and I'll pull up the accounts that are going to be in this one, right? A bad baby, little Yachty, Woody and Kleiny, Leaeau. Some of these names are so hard to say. Leaeului. So, Bad Baby, Little Yachty, Woody and Kleiny, Lay Louie, and the Real Tarzan. So the competition coming up with all of these guys together, right? So 17.3 million, 9 million, say 5 million, 10 million, 6 million. So what you might, that's like 30, 40 million people, right? And they say the estimated growth, 100 to 200,000 followers, right? But is that going to be the right audience for you? Now, to enter that one, that's a pretty expensive promotion. It's around $10,000 to enter that one because it's all these different players together, and the cost needs to be able to cover every one of these people to do the post as well as the prize, and they're giving away $10,000 and 10 iPhone 11s, right? But for example, there's another one with just one guy, Hammy TV. Who knows Hammy TV? It's a couple that are pretty funny, 6.1 million followers. So they're a crazy couple, they say there. And that one is just a couple of grand, right? Now there's ones that are cheaper as well, just with little travel pages that might have 1 million followers, right? And then you can start off with those if you want. But in the examples that I give, I try to go all in and give you guys really big examples to show you how they work really live as they happen. But again, if you want to know the upcoming competitions, just inbox me on Instagram after this, right? Inbox me on Instagram after, not right now. Now I'll answer a question here that I see here. It says, why is that when asking this celebrities or influencers promotion, why can't they just say follow only those who gave them the promotion to do for them for the giveaway, rather than say follow all followers, because it's likely that people following might get tired of following over time. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what it is you are asking me here. Are you trying to say that people are going to get bored of following people all the time if they keep entering the competitions? You know what? They might, or they might not. But if it takes them 30 seconds to follow a bunch of people, they're probably going to be conditioned to unfollowing a bunch of people as well. And if the entry is only a 5-minute job to potentially win 20 grand or 10 grand or an iPhone, they're going to do it. And then they'll keep following you if you do provide value to them, right? So, and Friendman says, I know it's going to be high if you say it's expensive. You know, 10 grand still to be seen by 40 million people in my mind isn't expensive, but for the average person, that they won't have 10 grand just to dish it out into a promo, right? But again, the flip side is what I want you guys to think about. So let's talk about monetization. So you've got all these new followers, right? You know, all of these new followers. Still just a number on the screen. So you want to be providing value to them. But let's say, for example, you've grown, let me say, okay, say I grew say I did 2 promotions, just the Floyd and the Roddy Ricch one, right? That cost me 6 grand, give or take 500 bucks. 6K investment. Now again, not all of them are going to cost that much to do, right? There's much cheaper ones as well. But the more you invest, the bigger the celebrity usually. And really think about, this is where you need to be thinking about the return on your investment, right? How are we going to make that? So 6K investment. Say, in my case, it grew my Instagram account by 60K followers. I was on 12,000, now I'm on 72, all right? So, once I got 60,000 new followers, right? I actually had more, right? But probably 5,000, 10,000 unfollowed me after I did my first post from both those promotions. Maybe Yeah, it's 5 or 10,000 or something like that. I could probably check later, but they were just people that weren't interested in what it is I had to offer. So don't worry about that. You'd rather not have them there, so your posts do get seen by the people who do care, right? But so say 60,000 followers after my first post, right? Then I provide value to them. I do some more updates, and then I give them an offer. So say, and I haven't really pushed this webinar hard here today because again, I'm not selling anything to you here. If you do want to do one of these promotions, you can obviously inbox me, and then I'll connect you with the guys that if you want to be a part of that. I'm not selling anything here, but say I did, which I'm not, but say I did 68,000 followers. I then focused to get everyone onto a webinar. So I gave you guys the free course. I mentioned in the course as a webinar today, and it also synced you from when you sign up to the free course. It would sync you into getting the actual, getting on registered for this webinar. But I then focused to get everyone to this webinar, right? So that say I get 1,000 people show up out of those 60,000 new fans live, right? I then did a whole webinar like this. I then sold you something. It could be, say, I don't know, say, let's just do on the higher level. Say it was my 1K high ticket product, right? So my big mentoring, training, teaching course, LSA, I know I convert on average 10% of anyone that will watch that webinar. So out of 100 people, I'll get 10 people that'll sign up. So say 1,000 people showed up live to a webinar. I could then get 100 of those people on average to buy the 1K package, which equals 100K. So with the 100K minus the 6K investment, it's 94K profit. Big money, right? Big. Now, if you want to go on the lower side of things, say I only got 100 people to show up on a webinar, right? Well, then say I sold them something that was 500 bucks, right? And let's just say, I don't know, let's just say again, if I know my conversion rate to 10% at $1,000, let's just say it's 20% at 500 bucks, right? Just out of argument's sake. So 500 bucks times 20 equals 10 grand, right? Right? Minus the 6 grand equals 4K profit. Still really good. But remember, that's just from one webinar. You need to be looking at the lifelong value of that customer, of that fan. There's nothing different with building your actual followers here than building an email list, right? In fact, that's my goal here as well, is to get new emails so I can provide value to my audience, not just on Instagram, but I can do it to email as well. So that's why I've got this free course here. So I can then get people to jump into the free Instagram course that I've got here. They can access it now, and I'll get their email. They'll get the free course. They'll get sent across to the actual webinar to be here as well. Like some of you guys are here right now, and that's just one single promotion. If I did it that way, again, what I really wanted to push to you guys this year and the start of this year as well, from my previous audience that I've had and my friends that I've worked with you guys on my products and my brand new ones that have come onto this from the actual this course itself. You would have gone through this exact process. Is I want to give as much free value as I can. And again, you might say, okay, why are you doing this, Luke, right? Well, I guess my goal is to show you how to dominate this year But when I show you how to absolutely dominate these different types of businesses that you can do, I hope it builds trust with you that when you do say have a new software or a new opportunity, you might think, okay, well, that's a really cool software that he used. I do trust Luke, he's giving me so much value. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up, right? Or sometimes, like some of you guys know, if I do send an email saying, look at my friends, really amazing new product, I'm going to use this in my business now. I might have a deal with them as well, like an affiliate deal where I get a commission for referring people to that product or service there. Now, I only ever sell something if I think it's really going to benefit and provide value and actually get results for people. Excuse me. I don't promote everything under the sun like many do. I don't think I've sent an email really to my audience since before Christmas, right? Because I've been really working on getting this all together for you. Or I sent one email the other day, giving this course away for free to my audience as well, right? So pretty damn amazing, right? So George says here 10 people at 1K, $10,000. That's correct. But in the example I did here, I think I said 1,000 people on the webinar, 100 people buy the package, that's 100K, right? So yeah, as I'd say, and the other example was 100 people showed up, sold something $500, 20% of people purchased, which would be 20 people, which would then be 10K as well there as well. So let me scroll down here a bit further and get to where we are now. So the next part of this, what type of business can you start if you don't have one? Now, I'm going to cover this properly in next week's webinar, and you're going to see me over the next week on my Instagram. I'm going to be actually really ramping up the posts that I'm doing and getting people onto that webinar there. Whereas this one, I kind of just wanted to see who would turn up from this basic funnel. I didn't overly push this. I didn't actually even send an email for this actual webinar to my main audience because I just wanted to see how this would work with very minimal effort, because again, I always want to see the easiest way of doing things with the maximum results. And as you would have seen as well, as you know, I said before, make sure you do your first post when you do one of these competitions at almost towards the end of the three days. That's a 3-day competition. Do it just before it finishes. Not right away though, because then a lot of people will miss it that follow you after you've posted it, but just before it finishes. I actually did my first post after it finished, and instantly I had a lot of people just unfollowing me right away. Even my sister mentioned to me, she often screenshots everyone that she's just recently followed so she can go back and unfollow them after these type of competitions, right? So essentially, that's what I wanted to give you, that overview of how this works again today. It's kind of, this webinar is kind of it's kind of putting all of these steps into one example here. Now, what is the next step from here? Well, this is what I'm going to add to the course over the coming days as well, right? So I'm going to talk about the second post, right? And then my story campaigns, right? So I'm going to, and my goal is going to be getting more people into this free course, getting more people onto these weekly webinars, and then providing value to them, growing your audiences here. Now, the business models that you can be doing in 2020, there's so many different ways to make money online. The beauty of working with me is because I'm a software developer, I work with people in all different industries, from e-com, affiliate marketing, local marketing, guys that are just purely full-time running these campaigns with celebrities, right? Now, what you can even do as well, if you wanted to offer it as a service, I can connect you with some of these guys personally in a group, and if you wanted to buy 10 spots to resell, you can resell them at a higher price, right? There's only 30 to 60, 70 spots for these competitions. Once they're gone, they're gone. So it's a very, very lucrative investment for many businesses, right? But for some businesses, it might not be ideal. If I'm the local restaurant, or maybe not even a restaurant, if I'm like a local I don't know, milk bar or breakfast cafe. I don't want to have 30,000 followers from America, but because I live in Australia, because those followers are going to do nothing for me. They're not going to come into get a coffee from me because I don't live here, right? So that this type of promotion is only for specific audiences, right? So who is competitions for, right? Who are these competitions for? Right? Well, they are for people who, one second. Who are these competitions for? People who want to access people from either a whole country or around the world, right? So if you have a business offering a service that can be taken advantage of from people from around the world or in the country, that in a specific country, then great. See, there's a guy called Jackson O'Doherty. He does these type of competitions sometimes here in Australia. Well, he's an Australian influencer, Jackson. He's a pretty funny dude. And he does pranks and stuff like that, right? A lot of his followers are Australian, right? But a lot of them are American as well. Now, if I just have a general service offering, then the more broad it is, the better I can look at different, I can work with different, I guess, influencers if my offering can really fit a lot of different people, right? So make money online, yes, it is quite broad, but at the same time, I wouldn't go to the extent of working with maybe that bhabie chick or something like that, right? Because it's not directly related. And that money could be invested better elsewhere. On the flip side, if I had something like a necessity, like a clothing brand, right, or a clothing line, yes, that could be great because I can ship that around the world to anyone. I can, or if, say fitness, for example, if you're a fitness influencer, or if you have your fitness product, or if you're doing an affiliate marketing as your business, which we'll talk about this really quickly in a minute, doing affiliate marketing, you can essentially sell to anyone in the world someone else's product and get paid a commission for that. So imagine if you went on and you actually, let's find an affiliate fitness. I'll take a rough example, Zach Smith. He's one of my friends here on the Gold Coast. He has his own fitness course here, right? Now, if you want on clickbank.com or any affiliate site, there's often, there's 100% fitness plans and fitness goals out there that have been made by professionals or doctors in some cases as well, that you can then sell and you'll get paid 50%, sometimes 60% or more of that sale coming in, right? Imagine if you created just a generic Instagram account about fitness. You populated it with fitness information. You then ran one of these competitions with a fitness influencer, and in your bio, you put a link here to the affiliate, an affiliate link to the product of a doctor that's got a top-selling fitness course online, right? Now, that probably sounded like a lot of words in one just then, but I'm going to show you this in the coming weeks' webinars when we do the affiliate marketing webinar with the loop competitions. Instantly, you can then have that offer be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people right away. The product isn't even your product specific, essentially, because it's a doctor's that studied his whole life to create it. He's just got an affiliate referral business that he set up, right? So this is a quick way with a very small investment. You choose the right influencer to work with, a celebrity. Everyone would like to be fit out, I'd presume and hope. I think a lot of people always want to be a bit more fit, a bit more healthy, take care of themselves. It could be about sleeping better. It could be about going vegan. Whatever it might be, there's going to be a niche there, and there's going to be an affiliate product that attaches to that, right? Same with e-commerce, right? So e-com, right? So let's just talk about this. E-com, affiliate marketing local marketing, right? So e-com, drop shipping, right? Selling products online, right? You can do this straight from China really quickly. So I'm not going to go into this too deep here. If I went to AliExpress, if I typed in fitness shake, say I want to just sell some shakers, right? I can cost $2 a piece, $2.60 a piece. I could sell that for $5. I could even give it away for free and just pay shipping. Say I sold that for $10, or say on my Instagram, I gave that away for free. I ran one of these loop competitions to an Instagram account about fitness, and I said in my actual description here, free shakers, just pay shipping, link in bio, right? Boom. I add one of these on a one-page site. If you've never made a website before, I'm going to be showing you how easy that is to do in the coming weeks here as well. I charge, it only costs $2.60 for this plus shipping. You don't need to buy stock. The order comes in, you take the other, what is it? So just round that up to $3. Say it's $7 profit. The order comes in, you keep it $7 right away. The vendor then ships the product from their warehouse over in China, wherever they are in the world, and you instantly just get to keep the profit that you've made on the markup there. So that's a really basic example, right? But that's something that where this type of competition, you can make a lot of money very, very fast. The name of the game is getting your product in front of the eyes of thousands of people as fast as you can that are related to you for the lowest investment needed, right? That's one example there, right? Affiliate marketing, I just did the example with the actual, I guess, with the actual Dr. Fitness product there, but it could be about how to train your dog, right? So if I had a how to train your dog, or I created a brand new dog fan page that has 0 fans, I populate it with a bunch of cute dog photos that I found on the internet, right? I then go to the real Tarzan here, and I do a promotion with one of these Luke giveaways when he does one here. I'll then get thousands and thousands of people that are interested in animals liking that dog page, where I can then offer them a how to train your dog affiliate program. I can sell them a dog t-shirt, dog costumes, dog anything without having to buy stock through drop shipping, right? Local marketing, same thing as well. I could go to a local pet store and say, hey, why don't you create an ebook on how to train your dog? Or you can say, look, I want to blow your audience up online because we know you're a nationwide pet store. We can do this very quickly with working with these celebrities, right? You can then charge that business tens of thousands of dollars to be a part of these type of competitions because they have no idea how to do this. This becomes a skill set that you have to offer local businesses, right? Say I was a plastic surgeon, someone came to me and said, hey, I can actually get you connected with some of the biggest influencers in the world. We can market to everyone in, we can say, who's an example we can use here? There was a chick I just saw here before that was part of this competition. You saw the girl I showed with all the different people that are part of this competition coming up. That girl probably has a lot of girls following her as well. Say they were all in America, we can see where they're from because they tell us the analytics when I connect you guys. That essentially what that means is that plastic surgeon, I can say, look, it's going to cost you 15 grand, but we're going to collaborate with the best influencers in the world. We're going to get you to the highest number of followers possible in the shortest amount of time, and we can rinse and repeat this right away. And then I've got the strategy of posting content afterwards down pat that I'll work with you for the next month. And then if you want to continue from there, it just costs you $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month. Now, for a plastic surgeon that has a high income paying job and people will travel for plastic surgery, for example, this is a no-brainer, right? It makes sense to them to do. And that's just one service offering you can provide. So e-com, affiliate marketing, local marketing, they're the 3 key businesses I recommend looking at in 2020. And I don't recommend just going and looking at random people teaching you. If you're on this webinar or you're watching the replay, be a part of the following webinars or watch the following replays when they come out. Today is January 29, 2020, when I've recorded this one here. So every Wednesday, same time, I'm going to be doing, every Tuesday night, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's Wednesday here for me right now. So a lot of you will be Tuesday in America. I'm going to cover these three here, and more importantly, how you can really explode these in 2020. Because over the past few years, these have been the same. If you've worked with me, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, and local marketing, they're the three key sustainable ways to make money online. Now, what I mean by local marketing is, let me just write this here, offering a service, offering social media services to local businesses, right? And this is how I started my business, doing this, right? And you can do this from the comfort of your own home. All you need is, imagine if you have 5 clients paying you $2K a month. That's over 120K a year, right? Pretty damn impressive. And almost next to no startup costs. You could even do what some of these guys are doing right now and just offer these loop giveaways to local businesses, right? And the beautiful thing with these loop giveaways is there's scarcity. It's only 30 to 70 people that can be a part of each one. And once they're gone, they're gone. So you can really push that. People don't want to miss out on it. There's a local clan here that missed out on this Faze rug competition, which would have been perfect for them to establish themselves as the market leaders in the field, right? These Faze guys, there's 2 other Faze members that are going to be doing competition in a couple of days. I hope they take advantage of that, because it will establish that clan as the #1 clan on Instagram in terms of followers in Australia, right? So makes sense. Now, again, affiliate marketing is selling other people's products and you making a commission. And e-com, this essentially is selling physical goods online, drop shipping, which means you don't need to buy stock, you just need to get traffic to a site, and when they buy, you get the difference from the cost of good from supplier and because of good from the supplier. You don't see the product, touch it, ship it, deal with refunds, anything, right? Now, and the other way you could do e-commerce, other way is you buy bulk stock, which means you will get a cheaper cost price, but it will end up, but essentially then you are stuck with a lot of stock and you have to sell it, right? So there's multiple ways you can do it, right? But if you do buy it bulk stock, you can brand the product with your own branding, if that's what you want to do, right? But again, remember, trends change, right? Trends do change. So with e-commerce, what's hot now might not be hot in a year. A friend of mine was making millions of dollars selling those fidget spinner things, right? When they first came out. He got on that trend early. I don't think I've seen a fidget spinner in a store in the past 7 months to a year. They're gone. And his business is gone. Well, it's not, because he's catching the next trends as products that are hot products come and go, right? Affiliate marketing, same thing as well. Well, it's less trend changing, but a product that is really selling hot right now might not sell in a year's time. So if it's a Facebook course on how to do Facebook ads, if it's from 2016, it's not going to be selling well now because Facebook ads have changed so much, right? So you need to be on top of trends, right? And local marketing. This is why this is what the beauty of local marketing is you can essentially go to local businesses, just email them online and contact them and offer them services. And if you know what the trend is, you can be ahead of the game of everyone else. Now, imagine this. I'll just give you one brief example here. If I typed in surgeons, Gold Coast, I've shared this with my audience before. Way I like to find clients to work with is I can then go here. Look at this. Surgery Gold Coast oral maximum implantation, Dr. Somerville. He's got 1-star review. This is going to be killing him. He's in the top page of Google, but a 1-star review just because of one bad review. Crazy. There's ways, and I'll show you this in the future weeks webinars, where you can simply get this raised to a 5-star very quickly and even get these 1-star ones removed. So imagine offering that as a service, but not just that, saying, look, we're going to get your actual page, your actual Google ratings up really high, because this will be killing you with business. People don't want to click on a 1-star reviewed surgeon, right? Right. Type me if I'm right. I know you'd all right me. So imagine that, but then also saying we're also then going to solidify you as the surgeon in Australia, the US, New Zealand, Europe, wherever it is, with the most or on the higher or in the top 1% of followers of all surgeons in that country and even the world, with the exact market, by working with other brands, right? By working with other celebrities. Putting that celebrity next to the actual surgeon, that correlation is going to build value. The beautiful thing with influencer marketing as well is that you essentially take being referred to by a celebrity, so that lead is a warm lead. So, or it's warmer than just some random person finding you and then following you, right? If you've made that connection that you have worked with that person, people are more likely going to stay following you as well, because you've got that legitimacy there, right? That's what I've done on my personal account. I did that strategically. Let me show you quickly here. So I made sure on my first post, I said I was working with these guys with these competitions, which we did, right? Legitimacy to my page, legitimacy to me, that correlation, that connecting the dots, right? With the person that then sees this post, they say, oh, okay, I actually do know who this person is because Floyd Mayweather posted about it, right? Or Roddy Ricch did. Roddy Ricch was following him, right? So use that to your advantage. Use that legitimacy to your advantage. So we've been going here for 1 hour and 24 minutes. What I'm going to do is finish this one up here now. And if you do want to know what competitions are coming up, please inbox me on Instagram. Just go on and you're on your phone, instagram.com/Luke Maguire. Come on and check it out over there. You can go ahead and inbox me there. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, no matter when you watch this, or if you always want updates on what the new ones are, message me there while I'm building a site out that will share this, right? Or alternatively, I'll be posting them inside of the Teachable course as much as I can there as well. But make sure to be on next week's webinar, because that's where I'm going to show you how you can then build your own business with this one strategy here and monetize very, very quickly. Remember, this is just one way to get fans and traffic. There are multiple ways to do it, from Facebook ads to Instagram ads to viral videos on YouTube to getting other influencers, just general influencer marketing, right? If you want to actually ever just do influencer marketing, you can go to instafamous.com, which is my site as well. So up here, it's a place where influencers and brands can strike deals, and you can get that one influencer to do a post about you, like the old, I don't know if it's the old-fashioned way, because it still works really well, but it's a place you can go ahead and connect with influencers to go ahead and strike deals there, to work with them one-on-one. But with these big competitions, with these big influencers that would normally cost you 70, 100 grand to do, please inbox me, but be aware of this. And I'm going to post this replay in the group. If you do have any other questions at all, let me know. Make sure to go through all the training to make sure you are doing it right. I'm going to do an updated video in there today as well. And remember, I was talking about that actual bio here. There's a video I did inside of Teachable there. If you ever want to change some of your fonts here to really stand out as well, fbfontchanger.com, one of my other tools as well. I can type in something like free course below, whatever it might be, right? I can then just use any of these. I can just copy that. And if I wanted to edit my bio, I can paste that in there, but it won't look like this font. It will look like this, right? You can use that on Facebook. You can post that on Facebook and it will look different. I can post it here and it'll look different, right? I can post it on here, right? That site is fbfontchanger.com, right? So check that out there. Make sure to be a part of next week's webinar. It's going to be a big one, and I'm going to give away a bunch of cash as well next week as well. If you want to know what promotions of these are coming up, please let me know. And when you inbox me, let me know what your budget is, right? Let me know what your budget is. Is it below $1,000 bucks? Is $1,000 up, right? What is the max? But remember, when thinking of this, don't just think about how much money you are spending, because it's an investment. Think about how much you need to make to get that return on investment and a profit. And this is one of the best ways to get massive amounts of new followers that are going to be engaging with you as soon as you post. You saw my one post reached 16,000 people, and it actually reached, there was actually 21,000 impressions on the first post I did after the competition. That's when I had 50,000 followers, right? And now thousands of engagements. Look at this, right? 236 likes. This one's got 1,223 likes, right? And that's just on one single post. And think about the lifetime value of those followers, right? People will often just think, okay, I pay $3K, I want to make 6K back, right? So I make 3K profit, right? Make sense? Cool. That's all I think about. I don't think about the long-term play of having repeat business from people that are following you, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're providing a service in one niche, if you can build that trust, build that value, you can make that money, make that big return on investment. And that's what we're going to do in the following week's webinars. As long as everyone's turning up to them, I'm going to be there. I'm going to build out these businesses live as it happens. So be there next week. Write me in the box if you've enjoyed today's webinar. I hope you all did. Again, nothing to sell, pure value training. I hope you liked it. And again, if your type of business that you are looking at doing, if you know what you're doing, remember, this is just one way to build it. There's multiple ways to build online businesses and get traffic. Because remember, for any business, it comes down to two things. You need an offer and you need traffic, right? And there's not too many traffic sources, or really any that I can really think of, unless you nail a video ad on the head perfectly, where you can get literally 50K plus people following you. So they're not just viewing your page, they're actually following your account for then you to then post to all the time with value and the odd sales thing, right? This is a really amazing traffic source that is very, very all about who you know to get involved with right now. And that's why I'm bringing that to you here, to give you a massive advantage over many others in the market and here in 2020. So for all of you here that have worked with me in the past, I'm so excited to crush this year out with you. For those that are brand new to this, I really appreciate you being a part of today's webinar as well, and hopefully you have enjoyed this training. But I will see you next week. I'm going to post a video in the group today. I'm going to upload this replay there as well. I'm going to be doing some more stuff on my Instagram here today as well, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going back traveling again next week for a little bit, so I'm going to be taking you to some pretty cool places then. But I will speak to you all very shortly. Inbox me if you want to know what promotions are coming up. But again, please do inbox me and tell me your budgets, because I will it will save. I'll go out of my way and give you the ones that will be in your budget. But if you're just doing it just to see who's who and see what's out there, and you're not truly committed to doing this just yet, then wait until you've got that business opportunity that you really think, okay, I can see how getting a massive amount of followers would really help this, because otherwise it's just going to waste my time and waste yours. In saying that, if you want to see what's out there because you think this is something great, but the influencers aren't to you just standing there, that's fine. But again, essentially what I'm saying is, don't waste your own time trying to find out who these influencers are that are doing promotions yet. If you're not ready to do it, inbox me when you are ready to do it. It'll save your time, it'll save mine, and I'm excited. And I'll post it inside of the Teachable course anyway. But again, I like to work with you all and talk to you guys and connect with you guys. And this is my final note here. On this post here, I asked people to write the word course to get the free course. And I had someone saying, I had someone writing here, that's the most ridiculous thing ever. You're going to be wasting so much time responding to everyone. I responded to everyone here, right? You can see every one of these people I responded to. And if you watch the course itself, in Teachable, I actually show you how I did this. And the reason for that is because I wanted people to comment on this to get this more viral, this first post more viral, and then I wanted to respond to them in the actual comments here as well to send it a bit more viral. Next time, what I might do is get people to DM me the word course or DM me the word whatever it might be, because that way when they DM me, it will then go to my main folder. So if I ever want to follow up with them in future, my message will be in their primary folder versus the other folder, which often doesn't get checked. But we'll get more into that next week. But this one's done for today. I appreciate you guys a lot. Let's go out and smash this, and I'll see you guys next week. Inbox me on Instagram if you have any questions. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.